Right, who was it by? It was by Jimmy Cliff. That's who it was by. I said it was like a soul voice, didn't I? Right, okay. I'll have to listen to that when I come off here. Right, okay. So that was, yeah, Jimmy Cliff. You got it at the same time. Small white flowers. Right, okay. So last but not least, we have fire. So this is your energy, Aries. You know what's really interesting with this? Like I say, I've had the last 3 years of Pluto square in my moon. My moon is in Aries. So, but it's debilitated there. It doesn't like to be there, because Aries is fire and the moon's all soft and stuff like that. So it's going to be really interesting with this Aries moon for me to feel what it's like, because now I've done the work that I was meant to do. So I'm very different to how I was when this started. So it's going to be interesting to observe what this Aries moon, like with Aries moon actually working for it, is going to be like. So wish me luck. Right, so fire. Right, fire. Ooh. Right, okay. So, fire signs. Right, it's going to be here. I feel very much similar to what I was saying in the beginning with the readings, okay? So this is saying that if you want to get to where you want to go, then there's no plan B. Okay, this is asking you to put all of your efforts into plan A. If there's plan B, you're not putting your full effort. There's something you need to let go of, or something you need to leave behind. I don't know what this idea, I don't know where it's connected to, but it's something you need to leave behind in order to get what it is you want. Okay, so I see this like it's almost like abandoning something. Now, I don't mean abandoning in a bad way, but almost like stop putting effort into something that is not going to be spiritually fulfilling for you. It might be financially fulfilling, but it's not spiritually fulfilling for you. So I feel that this is going to be anything that is just for power. Fire signs like power, they like that. Anything that is just for that, it's going to be hard, okay? It's going to be challenging, and you might just have to let it go. What it's saying here is it's asking you to get more into your spiritual self. So there's a level of humility coming in with this, okay? I don't want to say embarrassment, but there could be something where it's like, a little fall from grace in some way, but fall from grace will actually teach you grace. If that makes sense. So it's almost going back to the drawing board, going back to the beginning. And actually, this could be like, and I'm not saying this is it, but say, for instance, you were a boss, an owner of a factory, okay? It would be saying to you, go back and be that factory worker for a bit. Remember your roots, remember where you came from, have that humility, because that is going to be spiritually beneficial for you. That is going to actually make you more powerful than what you are. It's almost like believe in the magic, because that will make things happen more than your brute force. So this is coming in very strongly, okay, very strongly for this Aries new moon. And I feel that, some of you might be deciding to leave home, sell a home, or put your home up for market or something like that. So it's almost like you might have had this dream place, but it was more about what status it give you rather than actually what spiritual fulfillment it give you. So it's something like that. So that's it, where you have put more onus on status rather than spiritual fulfillment. It could be a little bit challenging, but it's going to push you in a way where you actually get more spiritual fulfillment, where you get more happiness than you ever had. There's a big thing of like philanthropy here, but in a good way, you know, where it's almost like you have more than you need. So give some of it away. It's like I always say, love is free, give it away, you know. And this is it. It's almost like, you know, or this could be you investing in somebody else, investing in somebody that could do with your help in some way. So there's this real feeling of like kind of loving and giving, and you know, a feeling of you really feeling good by doing this. You know, I was this friends of mine, they went to Peru and they were on this ayahuasca like place, like, and there was a guy there, and this guy had been like, he'd been brought up with nothing, and he'd bought his first house when he was very young, about 18, 19. He'd worked from being about 14. He'd bought this house because, you know, he'd been bullied in the town he lived in and everything. It was in America. And he bought his first house, and then he carried on working and working. And then, you know, by the time he got to his mid-20s, he'd bought the street, you know, so he was the homeowner and a lot of people rented off him. And then he basically bought practically the whole estate, you know, or built an estate or something. I can't remember. This guy was like a billionaire, you know, he had so much money. And he'd realized he'd gone, you know, he'd realized he had nothing. He didn't feel any different to this like poor little boy, you know, that had holes in his shoes. So, you know, he'd went and he'd done the ayahuasca and he'd done stuff like that, trying to find some sort of purpose or meaning in his life. He didn't want for anything, but he felt he had nothing. And within that, he was told that he had to give it away. And he went and, you know, he just basically got rid of everything he owned. And, you know, he began a life of like philanthropy where he just went out, he traveled the world, he backpacked, he, you know, all of this, you know, he'd gone from being this like living a life of luxury into a life like that. And then my friend had spoke to him like about a year, 2 years later, and he'd said he was happier than he'd ever been. He felt for the first time he had life in his life, he had purpose rather than power. And I feel that this is spot on. I'm not saying give everything away, you know, fire signs, but what I'm saying is this, like, it's, you know, like, is it for purpose or is it for power? Because if it's purpose, you're going to get rewarded with this, rewarded massively. But this is where I feel you're going to have the challenge, you know, over this new moon. Okay. And it's about getting clear on why you do things. So could be a little bit of a testing time for you. It could be, but I feel that this is a massively beneficial time as well. And I feel that you will be a beneficiary in some way, as well, because it's almost like the more you give back or the more you give out, the more you're going to get, but in like a different way. This kind of looks like it's really strange, you know, like like in fairy stories where, you know, you see like the little old witch walking along and she's like, please, sir, I've got no food or whatever, you know, and he asks the person to give them the food. And then it turns out that this little old witch was like dead rich and all of that. And, you know, it was to see whether he had it. So it turns out in his favor. Is this making sense? This is very much what this reading is like. So the more you give away over this next month or so, the more it's going to come back to you. It's like a boomerang. It's going to come back doubled. But this is with anything. Okay. So it's like whatever you're giving out over this Aries moon, you're going to get back like fourfold, you know. So make sure that what you're giving out is good. Because like I say, it's almost saying you've got everything you need, you know. Really take this time to not see where you are bound, see where you feel bound up, see where you are not open or loving as well. I feel there could be some sort of issue comes up around your parents where you have to kind of look at, maybe this is look at their divorce, look at the pain that's connected to them, something like that. I'm almost getting like the name Daniel is coming in as well. I don't know why I'm getting Daniel in this, but it's like, it's something that, yeah, something that's kind of been a thorn in your side for a long time is going to be released with this. Um, and it's almost, I feel, a softening with you. This could be that you've been in survival mode for that long, that you've been in fight or flight, you're ready to fight, all of the time. And this could be like, no, you actually get more from giving than fighting. Because I feel like there's a struggle here, there's a tiredness, and it's like you've tried to make your mark, but it hasn't hit the mark, if that makes sense. So they're saying there's a different way to do things. And this is what I feel this moon is coming in and doing. This is the work that you're meant to be doing as well, like lead with love. Okay. That's beautiful what's coming in here. It's like lead with love. Like, are you the best partner that you can be? Are you the best friend that you can be? Are you the best boss that you can be? Are you the best employee that you can be? Whatever, like that. Are you actually doing your best? Are you coming from love, and are you leading with love? And like I say, this is where you're going to be gifted and rewarded if you do that. So it's wanting your future to be like that. It's like I say, love is free, give it away. But there's this like kind of coldness, this disappointment, this like kind of, this kind of lack of empathy coming in, which is going to be highlighted over this time, which is something I feel that stems from your past. But it's wanting you to get rid of it. Like I say, there's a lot of letting go this new moon for so many people, but it's almost like, stop it, let it go. That just because maybe you didn't have a nice past or whatever doesn't mean that you can then, that you then should make other people suffer. This is about, it's like if invite people to eat at your table, kind of thing. That's the thing, because that will be very healing for you as well. I love this. I absolutely love the energy of this. It's like there's a big celebration. Have a party, fire signs, and invite, even invite the people who you feel have hurt you, because I feel this is where the truth is, because I feel the hurt has actually come from the self, and this is what they're wanting you to kind of, it's wanting you to kind of, to kind of recognize that, the people that may have been there, that, who is it that's been there? Who is it that you could actually repay or gift or do something like that to, because that is where I feel you're going to feel better. Okay, better, not bitter. So that's coming up with this thing. Interesting times. So there's a big clear out for all signs, but I'm going to just pull some more for fire signs. It's like let an old one burn down for another one, like Phoenix kind of thing, Phoenix energy here. And it's big spiritual lesson being learned for you as well here. And it's almost like very much like the energy I'm getting with this. I mean, they mentioned fairy tales and stuff, but this is very much like Scrooge, Mr. Scrooge. I'm not saying that fire signs are, all mean or whatever, but this is the energy that I'm getting, it's like, see the error of your ways and, recognize other people's struggle as well. And if you can help them, uh, rather than putting a block on it. And this is going to light your way. It's almost like a big spiritual freedom here, but it's a humbling experience. Okay, it's yeah, it's a humbling experience, but it's a beautiful experience. It's gonna make you happier in the long run. Okay, so right, that's it. Lead with your heart, not with your head. Fire signs. Yeah, and open your heart as well. So that's it. I'm done. I'm spent. Absolutely spent. I hope that made sense to people. I really do. Like I say, I never know what I'm saying, and sometimes I don't even watch them back because it's like whatever. But they were the messages that came through today. It is an absolutely great energy. Really, really good energy. Remember, that this life is about us taking charge. Which choice do we want to make at this moment in time? If we want to take the hard path, it'll be hard. If we want to take the other path, there might be hard times, but we'll find it easier. So I'm sending you all lots and lots of love. Like I say, remember, the choice is ours. Which way it's going to go. We can stay in the old story. We can actually rewrite our story. And if anybody does want to come on my course, either the group one or work one-to-one with me, it is over a 6 months period. We go into everything in it, but in a very beautiful, gentle way. I mean, clients have said that they didn't realize that it was that easy to change. They were expecting this big, like, terrible, horrific, and it wasn't. So yeah, I would love to see you there. And the time is now. It's like I say, where there's no better time to make the changes, whether it's working with me or not. Know that this time now is an amazing time to make the changes. Okay, because if nothing changes, and life is getting very quick now, and you don't want to just blink and realize that life has passed you by when you haven't even been living it. So I send you so much love for this Aries new moon. It's fabulous. Make it work in your favor. Satnam.